Today we're going to introduce you to Google Calendar. We're going to walk you through the interface, how to create events, how to invite guests, how to create new calendars, and how to share those with the rest of your colleagues. All right, so let's get started. To access your Google Calendar, you'll first need to sign in to your Gmail account. Once you sign in, make your way to the top right corner of your browser, and you'll see a waffle icon next to your profile picture. When you hover over it, you'll see that it says Google Apps. You'll click on it and you'll see the apps that you have available to you. Let's find the Google Calendar icon and let's click on it. That will then open a new window for you where you'll see a week view of your calendar. You'll see the month view on the left-hand side. There's the create button so you can create a new event. Down below this, you'll see the list of different calendars you have access to. These are your calendars under the My Calendars, and under Other Calendars, you'll see the calendars that are shared with you. Okay? So we want to cover first how we can change this view from a week to something that you may prefer. If you make your way over to the top right corner of your browser, you'll see a drop down that says week. Click on the little drop down arrow. After clicking on the drop down, you'll see a list of available views. There's a day view, which will show you everything that's going on for that particular day. There's a week view that shows you all 7 days, starting on a Sunday, ending on a Saturday. There's a month view that'll show you everything that's going on for the month that you're in. In this case, it's April. There's a year view where you can see all the months for the year. There's a schedule which shows you everything that you have scheduled in on your calendar of what's coming next. Okay. Then we have a 4-day schedule. This only shows you the next 4 days. Now, what we can do, I like to have a week view of what's going on. So I'll click on week. And then under week, when we go back to the drop down, you can uncheck show weekends, and that way it only shows you your Monday through Friday. Next, we're going to show you how to create an event. Okay, so we go back to your calendar on the top left side corner of your browser. You'll see a button that says create. We will click on create. Here, when this pop-up comes up, you'll be able to add the title for your event. So let's say for us is department meeting. Then we can select if this is an event that you're going to be out of office, set this as a reminder, as a task, or create an appointment slot. And we'll cover the appointment slot in a later video. Here we get to pick the date. I'm going to go with Friday at 8 a.m. And this meeting is going for 2 hours on that date. Now, I can click on save and set it as is, but I need to invite a couple people, and I also need to share some documents with them for the meeting. So I'm going to click on more options. When you click on more options, you'll be taken to this window where you can fill in more details. So we can either mark this as an all-day event, set it if it repeats, and so forth. Next, we want to add a location. In our case, this is for the district. So we're going to do 309 South K Street. The next option is to add a conference. Now, we are going to meet in person, but if you wanted to create a Google Hangout where you're based off different sites and you want to create like a webinar, if you will, you can choose Google Hangouts as a meeting conference. We're going to leave this as is. Now, notifications. What notifications is it serves as a reminder. So you can set a reminder to remind you and your guests about this meeting time, either 15 minutes before or send you a reminder 1 day in advance. And you can add multiple reminders. So in this case, I like to put a notification of 15 minutes. And in notification, there's desktop notifications, and there's also an email notification. So I'm going to select email. So 15 minutes before, I'll get an email letting me know that, hey, there's a department meeting coming up. Now I want to add a second notification. I'm going to make this an email as well. I'm going to change minutes. As you can see, I have options to put hours, days, or weeks. I'm going to put day, and I'm going to put 1 day in advance. Okay. The next item here is telling you what calendar this is going to be saved to. In this case, it's going to be saved to this account. And you also have an option to color code your event. Okay. I'm going to leave that as is. The next option here is to show whether you're busy or free during this time, and to also display this event either publicly or set it as private. Okay. The next option you have is to add a description for your event. For my example, department meeting, I need to let the team know what room we're going to meet. So we are meeting in the auxiliary room. I also have a couple of documents that I need to share with them prior to the meeting. So for this, I'm going to go to the paperclip icon that says Add Attachment. I'm going to click on this, and you'll see this window where you'll have access to your Google Drive files, so you can easily attach those to your event. Or if you have a document on your computer that you need to upload, you can make your way to the upload link in this new window. We'll click on this, then you can drag files here or look for them on your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a file that I want to share with them. Okay, this is a PDF file, and I'm going to drop it in there. Done. I could either add more documents. If not, I'm going to click on upload. And there it is. My document is attached to this event, and I've added some details as to what room we're going to be meeting in. Okay, so now we're going to head over to the right side where it says guests and rooms. We'll discuss rooms in a later video. For guests, here we'll be able to add who needs to attend this department meeting. So I'm going to add Teo. And here it shows you a list of who's being invited to your event. Okay? If by any chance you add someone that you did not want to add, you just hover over their name and hit the X to remove them. Okay? Here you can also set permissions for your guests, whether they can modify the event, invite others, and see the guest list. Once this is all set, you can click on Save. Then Google is going to ask you if you would like it to send an email to the guests. Go ahead and click Send. As you can see, Google wants to know how to share your file with the people you've invited to your event. So here we need to set what permissions they have. They can just view it, they can comment on it, or they can edit the document that you're sharing with them. I'm going to click on View Only, and then continue with my invite. Okay, so we just showed you how to create an event in Google Calendar. Next, we're going to show you how to create a calendar and how you can share those calendars with your colleagues. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to create a new calendar here. On the left-hand side of your browser, there's an Add Calendar section. You'll see the 3 little dots. If you hover your mouse over it, you'll see that it says Add Other Calendars. We'll click on that. We can create a new calendar, browse resources, browse calendars of interest, pull in a calendar from a URL, or we can import an iCal file so we can add those events to our calendar. I'm going to go to create a new calendar. Here I'll be able to put a name to my calendar. I'm going to put department calendar. You can add a description if you like to. Time zone is set, and then it lets you know who the owner is and who the organization this belongs to, which is our district. Okay, I'm going to create a calendar now. Make sure to click on the blue button. Down below, it'll let you know that the calendar creation is in progress. Success. Okay, now we're going to go to configure this calendar. So if you look at your left-hand side, you'll see that department calendar has been added. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now you'll see the different options you have for this calendar. Now, what I want to do is set share with specific people. Okay, so I'm going to click on share with specific people. Under share with specific people, you'll see a button that says add people. We'll click on that. Here I will add I will share this calendar with Dell. Now the permissions below is asking you, see event details. Do you want them to be able to make changes to the events? Or do you want them to be able to make changes and manage the sharing? Or you can choose to only show them your free or busy time. Okay, so I'm going to set that I want him to make changes to the events and manage sharing. Okay. So now Theo has access to the calendar with me. Next, we're going to cover access permission. Now here you can set the permission for anyone in the district to be able to access this calendar. For now, we're just going to leave it as is and only share with specific people. Okay, we've finished configuring the calendar. Now let's go back by clicking on the left arrow next to settings on the top left corner of your browser. Okay, so we finished walking you through the interface of Google Calendar. We've shown you how to create a new event, how to invite guests, and how to attach documents to your event. And we've also walked you through how to create a new calendar and how you can share those calendars with specific people.